YouTube and Facebook, and that's all of it. And YouTube, Facebook, and Substack all at once. Hope you guys are doing great, having a great day. Well, I thought I'd jump on here, just hang out in the chat, see who's around. And I've got an exercise I did a few years back, and I was just going through some paintings, and I thought, well, why not bust these out for a little bit of fun? And so I did an exercise about, it was a few years back, where the challenge was 100 paintings in 10 days. And so I went down to one of the local department stores and I bought 2 lots of these sorts of pads. Like they've got 50 sheets in each pad for water paint. And I got some black paint and I got some white paint. And I just wanted to explore painting because I haven't really done painting in all truth. And so I wanted to have a play with it. And I thought, well, one of the reasons for this exercise was, much like when I would sit down and practice my guitar back in the day, I would go through what we would call sort of the usual suspects or do my warm up. And I would play a lot of the same things I would usually play. And once those were out of the system and they were familiar to help me warm my fingers up and get me in the zone, then it was time for creativity or time to try new things. And this was a very similar process. So what I wanted to do was just to share a little bit of this process. Now, these are not in any order, okay? And there's a lot of the same. And so you're going to see stuff that's, it's going to be, you're going to see some stuff that's, a little bit repetitive, but there's a bit of a story between each one. And I didn't want to go through and curate it too much. I actually just wanted to, hang on, I'm just trying to organize there we go. That's what I want. I just wanted to just tell you a little bit about this exercise that I went through. It was so much fun, and I'll do it again for sure. I've actually got 2 more of these pads. Basically, hang on, I'll grab them. You can buy these are like, I can't remember, maybe they've still got price tags on them. But basically, I bought. No, I've taken the price tags off. But basically, you buy a set of these easel pads here, and they've got 50 sheets in them. And yeah, I made an easel. My dad helped me out, put a hinge on it with some legs and things on it. I basically built it and he gave me some bits to put on. It was actually quite fun making the easel. And then I just bought some cheap paints. Actually, I bought some flash paints and I bought some flash brushes. I spent far more on the equipment than what I really needed to for the purpose of the exercise. But because they were nice brushes, I had some nice ones and I bought some cheap ones. But I got to know the difference between the two, and that was really valuable. And okay, so let's see, copy. Right, let's do that. All right. Okay, so yeah, right. Okay, so I'm just sorry. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me here. I'm just going through a bit of a process here because I'm doing this on Substack and YouTube and on Facebook all at once. So I need to just set all the chats up. Okay, I'm not sure I'll get many people on Substack, but that's okay. You never know your luck. Everyone's been emailed. So yeah. So how you guys doing, man? It's been so warm here. Let me know if there's any problems with the voice in the chat. Hey, what's up, man? Look up, Jacob X-Ray. Great to see you, brother. And as always, one of the stalwarts on the channel, Mr. Andy Sanderson. Always great to see you, brother. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, I wanted to just hang out, and I'm going to take you guys through some of this painting process. So basically, I'm going to get started because there's 88 of them. Okay, I counted them up, and I wanted to. It was actually 87, and I know I gave a few away, and so there was 100 paintings over 10 days. It was an exercise that I got from Jon Rappoport. If you guys haven't checked out Jon Rappoport, JonRapport. Rappoport. Yeah. He's great, man. He's got courses, and he's an investigative journalist and a social commentator. He's on Substack, but he's been on other platforms for years. But he's quite controversial, so you won't see him on YouTube and other places like that. But he had this exercise of doing 100 paintings over 10 days, so 10 paintings a day. And so I bought all the equipment, I made the easel, I set a big sheet out, and then yeah, I just got the brush and the paint, and pretty much I just found myself wanting to play with black paint, and just just doodle basically, and get all these kinds of things going. So I put this one on the my friend here on the thumbnail image. I want to make the first one because this was one of the fun ones that came up, you know, because when you're doing this creative stuff, it's really a case of just um, escaping conforming and regular patterns, and breaking out of familiarities, and then like what else are we talking about? Oh, g'day James, thanks for joining us, man. Brother James, great to see you, sir. Thank you, always a pleasure. Another brother, super artistic, he's on Facebook. um, yeah, so it's about breaking conventions, challenging patterns and habits, and being daring, being edgy, being a bit dangerous, and trying things. But you're generally going to start where you feel comfy in a lot of cases, where you feel familiar and safe, where you feel, because um, yeah, some of the you as I move through these, you're going to see some warm ups. Anyway, let's get cracking here. Okay, so I started off with some doodles, and I'm just moving around, and I'm exploring the way the brush moves, and I'm playing around, and it was good. It was really fun to do this. And I really like just playing. You know, so those who follow this channel will know that I'm into Qigong and Tai Chi, and basically movement exercises with the feeling of the life force, these types of things. This was I was doing a lot of those exercises when I was doing this, but you find natural forms and shapes and things as you move through. So what happens is that I ended up wanting to play with shapes, and so I'm trying not to think too much about it. I'm actually I'm just doing. And hey, just so you guys know, if you're on Facebook, I can't put your comments up on the screen, and I can't put Substack comments up. I can only put YouTube up at the moment. But yeah, I'm just goofing around, just trying things. I mean, anyone who's studied a bit of Jungian or Freudian, you'll probably see some things here, phalluses and yonis and all sorts of things. And I started playing with lines and with, I'm sure somebody is going to be able to give there's probably some names for these, exploring these forms and these shapes and things. But I made some grey paint because I had some white paint. I bought these really nice paints to start with. I went to an art shop. What happened is that it was just too expensive though. So I went and bought some cheap paint that was just as good. But I made some grey paint because I wanted to try mixing. This started off as a thumb, and then probably ended up being a bit of a rip-off of the Minions. But this was all about just having fun. And oh, what's happened? Oh, it's frozen a little bit there. Oh, hopefully it'll come back on. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we're back. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, just some fun, right? Just some fun. I looked at my thumb and thought, like I wanted to draw my thumb, and then I thought, let's put an eye on there and give him a hat and a couple of antennas and some arms and a smile. All right. Okay, and I think what I was going for here was I was trying to make a dog or a moose or something like that. Just I was just goofing around, man. And this was part of the fun of it all, was just to hang out. So yeah, just hey guys, bye. Just so you know, like we're just hanging out here. So if you got something you want to drop in the chat, you got any questions, you want to talk about anything, by all means, you know. So I was sort of starting to explore faces and forms and things, and yeah, I was just goofing around. And so I started bringing the you know the shadings, and then I wanted to explore maybe a bit of depth, or this idea of moving inward. No idea what I was doing here. I've got no idea what this is supposed to be. It's number 5 something. playing with an archetype there, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just goofing around. You know, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not. There was no goal to this. All I'm doing is playing a game. All right, I'm having fun. I'm just like, let's see what happens. And some of them I did in 5 minutes, and some of them I did in half an hour. But I did 10 of these a day over the 10-day period. And I did them every day too. I didn't have a day off. Part of the thing is that you want to keep the momentum of the creativity process going. So yeah, you're playing with zigzags and lines, and back to the black paint here. These aren't in order, by the way. They've been shuffled around so many times. I could probably put them into some kind of order, but you'll see some familiar ones pop up. So, you know, what I did is that I would take these, and then I would put them on this side, and I'd turn them upside down, and then I would look at them this way and look at them that way and look at them like this, and then you know, I'm not an art guy, all right, but I wanted to just, like, you know, one of the bros said to me, bro, he says, when you're looking at a painting, step back, tilt your head, move back a little bit, look to the right, look to the left, and sometimes you'll see shapes within shapes, you'll see forms, you'll see the, you know, pareidolia type things, you'll see faces, you'll see all sorts of things, and so I really love that sort of stuff. So I wanted to play around with that. Yeah. So I think this started off as a mask, like one of those sorts of masks from, say, like Africa or something like this. And then I thought, or it may have actually started here. I think I started playing around with this familiar image. Those of you who know, the cross over the triangle there, and then there's a flower pot there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Like a wreath, or almost like a rosary around there, and a handbag. And yeah, I mean, like I said, this was really about just exploring, nothing else, no goals. um I think, yeah, I think this was just more of the same, just exploring. You know, what is this? I don't know. I've got no idea what this is. You know, you might see something there. I see a solid rod, a thing with heat coming off it, and it's going to hit a thing. It's a force thing. It's gonna hit this thing, right? And this is one that I think I started in the middle, and then I just started moving around and adding things. And I mean, if you look at this one long enough, there's probably a story, but you know. All right, here we go. Now we're getting into some symbolism. Okay, so I wanted to have a go at making like a tunnel, like, you know, moving depth. And so this was supposed to be moving in, and there's a pyramid at the end here, as you can probably guess. I don't know what these were. I think these were like channels or runways towards it. And then I just played around with the shading. But, you know, if I don't look too close at it, I mean, there's some obvious things, but it's like it hints or infers towards something that's possible and plausible. It's on the way to something, you know, and just exploring, you know, big strokes and then these little things. Oh, here we go. So I think there's probably a name for this kind of thing. I think this is kind of like supposed to be somewhere between loaves of bread and larvae, or don't get those two mixed up. All right. Oh, here we go. So this was birds. This was seagulls or something like that. And yeah, this is just, you know, filling things in, or they may be mustaches. I don't know, you know, or hair or toupees. Yeah, so this was definitely me playing with uh, just doing all sorts of things, just starting with a central theme, moving out, adding it around, trying to create symmetry um, a little bit there. But I look at this and I can see faces and I can see things, you know. Yeah, just more exploration. Quite like that actually. You see it almost like a vase there. That's almost like the shape of the woman. You've got the bust here and the belly and the torso. Oh, okay. Yeah, so some more depth here. You probably hang something like this up somewhere, and some Texas billionaire will come in who makes, inappropriate or irresponsible purchasing decisions. I'll buy that for $1 million. Like that. What was it that what the heck was it? That banana that was taped to a wall. All right, this is a very special symbol. This is a symbol from my youth. Apart from these little things here, this was a symbol I came up with to represent, like, I wasn't really into like online gaming and that as a kid or anything like that. I'm a bit too old before that sort of came on. But this symbol here of the triangle with the post here, that's a creative symbol for me. So yeah, anyway, that's reasonably personal, that one. And this one here was me just playing around with forces coming in. So that's a force coming in, that's a force coming in, and they're all meeting in the middle. Um, and that's fun. So that's the point. That's the pressure point where they're all meeting, and it's sort of off to the side, as you can see. So here's two forces coming together, and me like going, like, and here's the tension in the middle here. Oh, yep. And here's a road. I think there's an arrow that way, an arrow coming that way, and then there's this kind of circular thing, starts here and then comes back down to the grave and starts again. I think it's almost like a reincarnation type vibe going on there. What's happening out there? Oh, Randy's in the thing. This okay. So this is a bit personal, this one. So I had a couple of experiences where I'm yeah, I met some beings. Oh my gosh, people are going to go, what? Yep. And this was me trying to paint one of them, feline being. And yeah, it was mental wandering. It wasn't like I was asleep or in a dream and had a visit. It was quite interesting because I was learning about all these different people having experiences. I was really into that whole thing. Oh, what's going on here? I was really into that whole. Let's just turn some things off here. Okay. I'm just closing a couple of things down because it keeps dropping out. Um, so one thing that really was really interesting to me was the stories of, I think it was Buzz Hopkins or Bud Hopkins, who was interviewing these people in the United States who were having similar experiences and talking about being abducted or being visited by all of these alien beings, or they said were alien beings. And this guy, I think he was a psychologist. He was traveling around meeting these people who didn't know each other, all over the United States, and a lot of them were telling the same story. And it turns out, from what I understand, that Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, he ended up meeting this chap and getting inspired by him, by the stories, not by him, but the stories that he was collecting from all these people that he was um, catching up with. And just one moment. And I started sort of like just exploring, meeting things like guides and these types of things. And this was one that came in, was a cat being. It's not a very good image, I just want to say. I think it was supposed to start off as a female, that I was just trying to draw a female face, and then it just kind of started moving into this kind of like this aged being. You can see the ears here. Like I said, I didn't want to overthink it. I just wanted to do the process. Just wanted to do the process. This is me creating purposeful noise with. I had some grey, and I was mixing the grey. I was mixing up the grey and then just feathering it. It cut. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of bird poo. It just reminds me. And it's got a bit of a border here, and there was lots of little flecks and things, but it reminds me of feather and poo. Feathers and poo. Just what you might see, like if a bunch of pigeons were living in a pigeon loft. And yeah, I don't know what I was trying to do here. Maybe like a nest, an egg nest with more birds and feathers and poo. It's a bit rough. I'll just play around with forms. Okay, those of you who know what there's a bunch of symbols on here. I'll just leave this one here for a moment. So this one here was inspired by, let's see, if anyone in the chat can pick, note inspirations for this. See if you can pick any of the inspirations for this. Before I bring them up. Okay, there's one. What's the next one? Yeah, man. So I'm in Auckland, in New Zealand. I don't know if you guys, where you guys are all at. Let me know. Gets pretty humid up here. Doesn't get as humid as some parts of New Zealand, but man, it's been warm here. It hasn't been too bad today, but it's definitely muggy. And just drinking lots of fluids. Been out for a run, a walk this morning. Been feeding the neighbour's cat. It's fun. It's the cat is my best friend now, I have to say. Okay, where are we? Oh, no, not that one. I've been beautiful meditation weather though. Like it's just right. It's just the damn flies. Bless them. I love all the creatures, but man, the flies. I don't know whether it's the right smell or not. I can clean myself up. They still hang out. So basically, there's a talking stick. Here we go. Where's the purple? Actually, I'll use one that's not going to leave a mark. Maybe use a pen. Okay, so basically we have the Roman number 2. We have the minor symbol for in music that would indicate 2, which is interesting because it's like 2 people. Then we have the number 2 of the Ching here, the receptive. Then we have the symbol for bait, which is the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Aleph bait. Then we have ni, which is the second number in the Japanese counting system. The letter B, which is the second letter, B squared, and just that. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to play around with numbers and put them all in. But yeah, they're definitely inspired by symbolism on, tarot cards and, also I Ching, these types of things. I was just thinking about all the things I was interested in. I thought, well, let's just push them together. Now, yes, I know on this card here, it's not actually bait. That's the Hebrew letter associated with it. It's actually the one after, which is Gimel. But, oh, hey, it's my party. I'll choose. All right, let's carry on. Whew. All right. Oh, here we go. This is actually, I really started enjoying this because I was playing with a shape and then putting, this is probably not the best example of it, but I started playing with fine lines and giving it what would you call it? Like not shadow, but depth. You know how you might draw a circle and then put a line in there to make it look a bit more like a ball? This was like this triangle here, putting these things in, just highlighting the forms. There's some better ones coming up. I like. Oh yeah, here we go. This was me making my whirlpool, my hurricane, my journey into the void. Very valuable meditation symbol that. we see that inward moving spiral, or is it an outward moving spiral? I'd sort of see this and I think inward. Yes, and of course, which is completely related to this. So this is the Chokurei symbol from Reiki, and we see a horizontal alignment, and then a vertical alignment, and then the journey inwards. It's to help you find your center of focus, your central field of view, like the left and the right, the y-axis, the center of your field of view, and then it gives you a thing to bring it in, centralize it. That is my particular take after studying Reiki and looking around for years and years and years. That's what I see that symbol to originally mean, because it actually means focus. I actually made a short video on that too. Okay, this is some Japanese symbolism mixed with some other stuff. That was just some other stuff and just some other stuff. I think this could be anything really. Like I said, I'm just goofing around, guys. I'm just goofing around. Yeah, I can't remember what I was doing here. But yeah, like I said, I had a whole bunch of paint, a bunch of time, and a bunch of paper, and I just started making stuff. It was fun to play around with making the grey and that, but I got to say, I really enjoyed just playing along with simple lines, simple shapes. I'm guessing that was a hat. This one probably started off like that, I would think, moving upwards like the flower, like the floral bloom. And then yeah, just I think this was me just using the tip of the brush because I had these nice brushes, and so I was just finding ways to use the brush to make new things. And yeah, from straight solid to wavy things, that's probably another one of those $1 million paintings that took me like 10 minutes. Someone will be, oh my gosh, bro, that's a masterpiece. Really, is it? I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to remember what this was. The BG, there's something very special about BG. Obviously 2 and 7, 27 letters in the Kabbalistic and Barden system, but this was before I'd come across Barden system. I'm trying to remember what this was. BG, something about that. Maybe it was. When was it? I'm trying to remember when I did this exercise. It's very curious. Oh yes. So this is about the torus field of the human, the rising of the polarity between them. This is almost like a metaphysical sort of infographic diagram in some ways. And yeah, I've actually made a lot of infographics, like written, hand-drawn ones and things like that. I might have to break some of those out at some point, or make them prettier, make them digital. But this was about the, the positive and the negative sort of thing, the yin and the yang, with the crown at the top there. Those of you who do meditation or have felt the inward rush and the outward, when you do Qigong, you trace these patterns, and you can, develop this central axis to sort of bring, aggregate the energies so that there is a clean sort of tube, if you will, or the sushumna. Activate it and really feel it and notice it. And this is more, I think, playing with polarity, playing with the chaos and the order. Yeah, and this is what it is. This is just what it is. All right, what else we got? All right, this is the last one for that section. I've still got, there's more. There's more. All right. Okay, let's grab another chunk. Whew. Okay, what have I saved for last? All right. Okay, I haven't really saved anything. I've just sort of bunched them up. and brought them all together. So okay, so more lines, just shapes and forms and things like that. Just wanting to try and evenly fill the space with variety, so that there wasn't any gaping holes. That's, I think, what I was aiming for here. Oh, that's another energetic type one, isn't it? The outward sort of movement and the presence of the being around the person. This, I find these quite calming and soothing, because it's just like layers of curls. It's almost like a bed mattress or something, or some kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this was me making a cup of water. Speaking of which, cheers. I just wanted to try to make depth again. Oh, and this is me. This is a tree and a remote control, both of which give out signals. I think that's what I was aiming for here. Sort of natural Wi-Fi versus artificial Wi-Fi, or natural signals versus artificial synthesized synthetics. Oh, this is okay. Yeah, this is when I really enjoyed this. This was me making, I guess, was this a torch or a chalice? I think this might have been the chalice or the torch. I don't know. I guess that's fire. But yeah, I wanted to use this kind of thing here of the metal, like the creased or the indented metal. How does that look on the screen there? That looks alright, eh? I see the image. You can see the image behind it as well. So it's they're watercolor, they're water pads, so they're pretty transparent. But yeah, that's fun too. That was me just playing with that, you know, making things, buffering the edges. Oh yes, the egg, the lightning egg. I have no idea. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. All right, and this was me making like the spade. This might have been like a heart, like the ace of spades type thing. But looking at the way the strokes came out, I'm actually wondering if it started this way. Oh yes, this may have actually been the first. This may have actually been the first one. I think the first image I made was this one. I made a banana. What does that tell you about my psychology? Sorry, lads, I'm not gay. Maybe I just enjoyed the idea of a banana. It seemed like I didn't feel like painting oranges. Maybe I just felt like bananas. It's not the greatest banana. It's a bit weathered and old, isn't it? The thing is that you could actually there'll be a banana like that in the fruit bowl that you've been leaving there for a while. So here we go. Here's another one of the masterpieces. This is like some 60s or 70s art decor that you'd have, along with your fondue set. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is me playing with the shading again, and this infinity symbol with the spirals and the energy, and then everything aggregating to this point here. It was all about this point, yeah. And it was about this tension point where the energy passes through, and then there's also this tension there. It's just another focus point. But that was quite fun to play with that, with the idea of sort of things, tension. It was about tension. Oh yeah, this was weird. There was a building that I went to in Wellington. It was, or I saw it, and it was on the coast. Geez, where was it? It was down by. It was past town on the way out to the airport, along one of those coast roads, and you go through. It's real fun. Wellington's a real fun place to drive around, and especially even in the city it's fun. But there's this weird building, and it was just weird, and this just made me think of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's me playing with archetypes again. Oh, it's raining. How lovely. Just wanted to explore things. Okay, here we go, guys. This is really deep. This one. Okay, this is really deep. See if you can guess what's going on here. All right. I think this is fire. I think this was a fire pit, something like that. Light coming off it. Another focus point, choku ray, spiral type scenario. Oh, this was interference patterns, like waves interfering with each other. Just rather than forming tension, it was just about them sort of just meeting and just passing through each other. Here's another one of these $1 million ones. This poor old guy, he's all by himself. This was started off as a kind face, and then he went out. I think it was like a Peanuts character from Charlie Brown, and he went and got, it might be Pigpen. He went out and got dirty. Oh, this is just me goofing around. It's just weird. There's probably something in there. Somebody's looking at this, going, "Oh my gosh, man, that's so deep. There's so much going on there." Well, it might be. No, same again. I think this is like like the square and the circle and the triangle. It's trying to get real abstract with it all. And this might have been the precursor to the egg, actually. This one here. I think this one was supposed to be up this way. Yeah, I think it was started off as a balloon. No, actually, I think it was that way. Yeah. No, it was the other way. Pretty sure. Yeah, because I would have done that right, left to right, down and left to right. Cool. All right. But wait, there's more. All right, here we go. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I mean, it's not really a super deep live stream here. I'm just sharing a bit of a fun adventure I went on with some painting back in the day. Yeah, just having fun. Oh, this was me making this was me, I think, trying to make a scroll and put some kind of like I don't know, some kind of gem or ancient symbol on it. Make it look like mix some kind of ancient recording medium with a forever type of symbol, with symbols within symbols within symbols, big triangle, small triangle, big small triangle, da 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 da. More goofing around, more goofing around, more goofing around. Some of these are definitely upside down. Oh, this one would definitely be upside down. That's it. So that's the, that idea of the bloom, of the flower, of the growth. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be a willy. Maybe. It was just something. Sorry, they're probably a little bit boring now. They're all just like weird squiggles and things. Oh, here we go. So this was more of that weird texture I wanted to play with. More of the same. I did make one that was like this, but it had layers of depth that went from the black to the grey to the white. That was actually really quite satisfying. It was probably one of the better ones. One that I could probably sell even. My person who I went through them all said, "Oh, I'll take that one." This was, I think this one was, yeah, it was supposed to be like that, but I painted it like that. Another spiral. Another weird thing. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. Now this is probably something a little bit more intriguing. It's actually a thing. I don't know. I think it actually started off with this as a cup, or it was a face. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a Chinese alien dude or something, or someone from the Middle East or something, or just some alien who has no idea what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I remember this one. There was a naturalness with the branches, and then the heart, and then this kind of blockiness to bring in the sort of because nature does have straight lines in it. It just depends how far you drill down. Some of these got painful because I just started doodling so much that it was just like, eh. Oh yeah, this was me when I. This is the guitar. That there, I think, represented my mood because I was pretty broken about it, actually. I just didn't want to play guitar anymore. It was a really weird experience, and I just never got back into it. And I've tried, haven't found it, haven't whatever. So this was just a thing that came in. I wanted to meditate and I wanted to practice, and I didn't want noise. And it's funny because this is the same color as the letter P in Barden system, and that's basically about becoming a devotee of sorts, which is kind of funny in retrospect. Yeah. I like doing these. I really found myself coming back to this a lot. Oh yeah, this kind of reminded me of the Three of Swords, and this was a good experiment, just to play around with this idea of maybe it's the air element and the water element meeting, but maybe it was just the splitting of this, the wedge. I don't know. There's probably something deep about that one, but whatever. Oh man, this was just weird. This was just the mystery box, this one. Don't even remember. All right, a couple to go. Two more to go, I think. This is one of those ones you can look at and go, okay, what was going through his mind here? It's maybe like I can see a bit of three-dimensionality to it. And this is pretty much where I found myself wanting to spend more time, was in shading and creating depth with shading. And then finally, so when you throw your calendars away, you get, if you pull the calendar to bits at the end of the year, you get one of these things here. You get this, the calendar piece. So I started painting these because they've got a natural hanger on them. And I just wanted to, the more, I just love doing the curves. Doing the lines and things was good. But the more I, if I did this like every 6 weeks or every, 2 to 3 months, I did this exercise, I'm pretty sure there'd be a majority of this kind of movement going on. The images would resemble water and air, the flowing of things, the moving of things. Um, yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's really all I wanted to do, was just to jump on and just share this. I'm going to jump off now. I'm going to have something to eat. I'm not sure when I'll be on next, but could be later. It could be the next day. It could be when. Who knows? But I want to say, hope this was okay for a bit of a laugh. I hope you've enjoyed just going on this little journey with me. It was fun just to do this. Like I said, someone said, "Hey, do this exercise. 100 paintings over 10 days." I'm pretty sure I did 100, maybe a couple short, or maybe a couple more. I don't think I counted them. But it was just great. It was a great frame of mind to get into. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you guys. And we'll catch up again soon, eh? Stay well.